Hello, Monsters Around here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3. God, I'm going to get used to saying that. And the second part of my Zhao Ming campaign, the Iron Dragon. There he is. Currently not a dragon, currently two-legged, although he can fly. He's basically Superman, if Superman could turn into a dragon and do fire out of his hands. It's a hell of a party trick. Clan Eshin has decided to come to play, led by Deathmaster Snitch, of all people. There he is, he's charging straight towards us, dodging the missiles. And Ming Zhao and Deathmaster Snitch going to go head-to-head, or at least they were, until Deathmaster Snitch gives him the slip. And he's like, nope, I'm going to kill your guys instead. So Zhao Ming is going to have to chase back after him. The rest of the Skaven forces are marching directly into our missile fire and suffering quite badly as a result. I mean, not to mention that the rockets have currently killed 400 rats. Deathmaster Snitch has some of his own flashy moves. And Zhao Ming is actually struggling against him a little bit, but I think we do have the upper hand. I think you've got... you have physical resistance, and you have magical attack, so that, I mean, that helps. But he is a jumpy boy. Get him, lads. The rest of the Skaven keep charging towards our line, getting pummeled by missile fire, and then retreating. Over here, the great Longmar riders have just charged straight into the back of some Skaven slaves and routed and wiped them out. Backed up by the peasant long spearmen. It looks like Deathmaster Snitch is having a bad time, although he's put quite a dent in Zhao Ming, to be fair. He is an assassin, though. I think people probably shouldn't get in the way of, like, the fire attacks. I guess it's quite hard when he's doing them all over the place. But it looks like Deathmaster Snitch has had enough and he is fleeing the battle. Zhao Ming chases him away with a little flame breath there. He's down to 520, 517. Lots of arrow fire coming in. Will Deathmaster Snitch escape the vengeful Cathay forces? I'm surprised he moved into our range, to be honest. Well, it looks like he might get away from the arrows. Will he get away from the rain of rockets, though? Ah, guess not. Well, that's that dealt with. I'm gonna take the replenishment. Get income from all buildings. Oh, we've got a tax collector. Oh, good. And Deathmaster by nature. So we now have Stalk and Hero Action success chance in the local region. The Iron Dragon. We could take the city of... I think taking Shangyang is probably the better option. So we're going to do that. Noted. You're going to come this way for us. Don't take attrition. Fuck. Move too far. That's fine. It's only a little bit of attrition. It'll be right. And we're going to recruit a couple of crossbows because I forgot to do this previously because I wasn't thinking. I was too busy trying to sort of like tick off all the things I need to do. But we need some trade agreements, don't we? Military access, and we can then balance the offer, and they're going to give us a little bit of cash for that. So thank you. I'll take that one. Thank you very much. And we could peace out with you and give you a trade agreement, but we're not going to do that. And obviously our sister is going to give us some good stuff. Very well. Yeah, don't sound too happy about it, sis. Jesus. And we may be able to get some ogres on side as well. Now, it should be said that Zhao Ming does have a trait point which does increase the relation with ogres, and to be honest, if we can get that, I want that ASAP. So we can get that rank 9, and then we can get the Lord of Shangyang, which is going to give us plus 40 diplomatic relations with the Ogre Kingdoms. That's very nice, because it does mean that if we have friendly relations with them, then our caravans are under less threat when moving through their territory. And seeing as all of the caravans move south through, it should be said west through the mountains, having the ogres on side does make your caravans significantly safer. Let's get Route Marcher there. Keep him on the move. He'll take a little bit of attrition, but My bad. Hold my hands up. That was my fault. Right, we'll do that. It's like old Mintao is going to get more Searing Doom. I do like to give Zhao Ming some good... He's got a lot of really nice trait points. There's a lot of stuff there that you definitely want to give. Oh, hello there. Okay, we've got Caravan Encounter, the toll. Up ahead, strewn across the road is a crude barrier. Bandits stand upon the blockade in defiance, demanding cargo from your caravan as a toll to continue. Refuse, and they will attack. So we can pay up, and we'll give them 200 cargo. Now, this will increase our relation with the Blood Guzzlers, and so I'm kind of like, let's just pay up. Let's just do it. That's fine, because that should make... Because it's these guys, right? The Blood Guzzlers? Yeah, these guys. Right. So it's these guys, and that means we're now going up to plus 44, which is good. We should be able to get a trade agreement with them. They'll be friendly, and they'll be less likely to attack our caravan in future, which is, you know, kind of what we want.
Praise be to the Iron Wind.
If I move you here...
Fire and metal.
We must be tireless.
Change mine. If I move you here...
Emperor's words.
Driven by rage.
And then ambush. I reckon you'll come out, attack, and then we can bop you. Let's get hardened bamboo. So that's going to give us our armour for our peasant long spears. Give them a little bit, maybe them a little bit more survivable. And they won't be much more survivable, but they'll be a little bit. And then we have the Wu Jing Compass. So this allows us to give bonuses to the whole of Cathay. So this is everything within Cathay will get these bonuses. So we can go in 4 different directions. And every so often we can then change it to a different direction. So I'm going to go with the Celestial Lake. This bar will slowly fill up, and if we move it to another compass direction, it will then slowly decay. But as you can see, as it fills up, it's going to give us more growth. The Great Bastion is going to give us more defensive supplies and casual replenishment rate. The Dragon Emperor's Wrath is going to give more control, but we get some nice bonuses. So active, we now have 15% more income and a chance of Winter Magic increasing in strength. And if we had it this way, we would have Great Bastion threat reduction, recruitment cost reduction, and army ability Celestial Intervention, which is actually very, very powerful. I almost wiped out 4 units of Blue Horrors with that. It was pretty good. Okay, now we have a little problem here because our reinforcements are not going to arrive for about a minute and a half, and we're going to have to keep these guys busy while our reinforcements turn up. While it can be quite daunting that your reinforcements aren't going to show up for a little while, you can always hide your units, if you can, and the enemy will be forced to try and hunt them down. Just like here, these peasant horsemen have found you and her crossbows hiding in the trees over here, but the rest of the army is going to take time to move up, and you can see some of these spears have advanced in different locations to try and hunt down. I mean, I don't know whether we're heading this direction, because we can't deploy over there, so I don't know why you're heading in that direction, but that's fine. Whatever. Our main force is going to turn up now, and here they come. Arriving just in the nick of time as the enemy army has spotted us and is now advancing towards our position. That's going to give us plenty of time to move up, and you can see they are actually trying to redeploy. I think they're trying to gather their forces before they advance on us, but of course that's a terrible decision because we've got more units than they do. These maps are great. Honestly, I genuinely love the maps they've done for Warhammer 3. I think every single one of them just looks great. And you know what? Some of them are empty plains and there's not much going on, but that's fine because I like the variety. Sometimes you get this nice, like, this little river crossing here, and you've got some like cliffs there, so you can, you know, create some defensive formations, use this against the enemy. It's a bit of a choke point, but you know, it's quite open as well, so you can flank around, and that's great. That's exactly what I wanted. The rascally rebel forces are now marching straight into our rocket barrage. It's obviously going to sting quite a bit. Oof. Yeah, that, I mean, the rocket artillery does a stupid amount of damage. It's killed 28 so far. But to be honest, that's with like 1 barrage, and it wasn't even that accurate. It does so much damage. Yikes. How much damage have you done now? 63. Yep, and that's how it adds up. If I'm ever fighting Cathay, I'm taking those things out first. They die first. Our forces are now in a fantastic little position there. Linked up with units. And yeah, we're just gonna tear them to pieces as they advance on our position. They're just gonna come under heavy fire. Not to mention, you know, rocket barrage. Looking forward to Blood's coming out. I think it's come out like a month after. So, fingers crossed for that. And I believe that if you had the Blood for Warhammer 1, it was free for Warhammer 2. So it should just be free for Warhammer 3, which is good. Because Zhao Ming has Deathmaster Snitch's trait now, it means that he can actually hide. And he stalks all the time, which means you can't see him until you get close. It's got to be a hell of a shock. We're going to move in and take out the enemy general. Not that his army is holding together particularly well. Charging down, taking out those Jade Warrior crossbows. Good. That should be. I'll take the money. That should be. Oh, that wasn't even that army, was it? Oh, caravan found cargo. Rebels caravan is spotted, dragged off the road and wrecked. There's no sign of the lost crew. Eaten is the guide's guess. However, the cargo is on the debris. All agree it's best to take what can be carried and move on. So we can increase our cargo by. We can replenish our forces. I think we're probably okay. So I'm going to take the cargo. Thanks for the spice barrels. Yeah, there's two armies. No, it's a caravan. Is that an enemy caravan? Dissenter Lords of Ginger. It is the Dissenter Lord. Oh crap. Okay, can we hit that? Can we hit that? Okay, hang on. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to send you. Well, first we're going to give you a skill. I'm going to give you. I don't particularly like that spell, but we'll grab it anyway. And then we can get the Blossom Wind.
It is mine by blood rights.
Okay, good. Right, you go in here. And yeah, you're not really gonna just continue the siege. You're just there to keep them busy. You're just there to keep them busy for a few minutes. I'm going to get Plague of Rust.
Such power.
And we're going to get Gehenna's Golden Hounds. And then we're going to attack the trade caravan. I've never attacked a trade caravan before. I don't know what happens. Let's kill them all. Okay, answering the question, does raiding caravans give you anything? I mean, you'd think it would. You know, raiding caravans, that sounds like something that would give you, you know, big chunk of change. Maybe it gives you all the money from the caravan? I don't know. On top of what you get for killing the enemy army? Or who knows? Anyway, we have some man-eaters here. Yes, you can get caravans that include ogres from the get-go. Plus, your caravan will grow over time as you get the option to recruit additional units. Sometimes, say, some ogres might join you. Or there was one point, I think someone said that they had a high elf join them. A high elf hero. I think it was a noble. High elf noble joined them. And they will then stay with the army. Or the caravan, it should be said. So the enemy ogres charging straight towards us, taking a bit of a punishment there. But they're still going for it. straight into our line and doing some damage. How much damage? Not too much. Not too much. Our Longmar riders have been harassing these peasant archers, but we had to escape because some Jade Warrior with halbards turned up and we did not want to run into them, so we are going to get out there. Yu has turned up with her crossbows on the flank. Not that we need her help, but it's nice that she's there for emotional support. And we've summoned in some ancestral warriors just in case. Fortunately, they have now crumbled away. We were going to attack these peasant archers, but these man-eaters were a little bit close. And Longmar decided to not land at the last possible second. Took back to the skies. But this caravan is well and truly dead. It just doesn't know it yet. Right, do we get anything nice for taking out a caravan, or is it just for funsies? Well, let's take the replenishment. Was it just funsies? They get a talisman. And a monk. Just funsies, I guess.
Cathay needs them dead.
We do. Let's break the siege, and then we can lay siege with you. We can get those siege towers up. Because that's a fairly nasty garrison. Plus, they will have walls. So, let us... Oh, yes. Wall of Wind and Fire is very nice. And this... So, this gives us base weapon damage 12%. Armor piercing weapon damage 12% for 13 seconds. This gives 24/24 for 13 seconds. 55 meters. That is map wide. So, I mean, if you have both of those, you're going to get a massive bonus to units nearby to being able to kill shit. So that's good. I feel like maybe range discipline might be good for you, not to get shot to pieces. You'll probably be okay, he says. It's probably fine. Let's get Inspiring Presence.
An extension of my celestial will.
Good for you. And let's get Metal Shift. Oh, no. That's... Well, you know what? Let's... Ooh, yeah, You know what? Searing Doom is probably going to be quite... Because then we can use it on the walls and stuff, can't we? So that's probably a good shout.
Wherever Cathay needs me.
Let's bring you over here. You can also have, like... What do we like? Tell you what, let's get a... That's not really going to help us right now, is it? Okay, let's go Inspiring Presence.
From my ancestors.
Let's go Inspiring Presence, and also we can fix the map, which is now looking in the wrong direction. Perfect. So far, so good. Can we make friends with you? It is going up, but it's going to take a little while before we can, but that's okay. Right, good, good. So far, so good.
The iron wind will strip the flesh from your bone.
Hi, you want to trade? I'm going to say no, because our sister's not a huge fan of you. I feel like we should, you know, keep it in the family, so to say. Right, our caravan is completed. Sold their wares in Shattered Stone Bay. A cargo of 1,200 is sold for 4,536. Caravan will now begin the return journey to the capital. We got a Sky Titan relic. A strange item takes your interest in the market stalls of the Shattered Stone Bay as Keen-Eyed Ogre parts with it for a small sum. 20% research rate. I think that can just go to anyone, so let's give that to you. Because we don't have any more arcane items to give you. We do have a... You know what? Let's...
Test of iron.
Do you don't... Oh, you do have a talisman. Okay, let's keep that talisman because that's quite a nice one. Would you like... Would you like a Pigeon Plucker pendant? Have a Pigeon Plucker pendant. It's good. And you are going to have... Ooh. Reload skill and extra defense in just a radius around you is quite nice.
A worthy addition to my arsenal.
So let's do that. Right, we're going to have to wait for our defense, or sorry, siege towers to be built. And once they're constructed, we can take on the defences of Shangyang. And down here, I think we're going to go with growth. We have harmony. What research are we getting? We're getting... Right, okay. So if we... I kind of want to keep harmony for the moment. You know what? I'm not going to do... just to keep harmony, so we keep all of our nice buffs, we're not going to build anything just yet. These are the choices you have to make. So we've got armour for our long spear boys. And let's take on Shangyang. If you were ever disappointed that the Warhammer games didn't have proper cities and was just the walls, then feast your eyes on this. This city is fucking massive. It's got multiple positions that you can attack it from. It looks great. I mean, technically, okay, it's one wall, but the city again goes pretty deep. Here's the actual victory capture point. There is a key building here and supplies dotted around. Now, I've decided to head straight down the centre here. So we have this wall, and then we have this long street that heads straight up to the main capture point. And I've decided that let's just head straight through here. Now, this could be particularly dangerous because they do have these bridges, and you can position archers along these roads, and so you can just rain fire down. However, I have two things that can help me with that. The first is, of course, Zhao Ming, because he can turn into a dragon and fly his way up there and kill everything. And also we have the Great Longmar Riders, who can do very much the same. So if any archers start taking position up there, we will remove them. Taking the wall is pretty easy. The enemy forces have mostly fallen back. They're not contesting us for the wall, which is probably sensible, to be honest. We do have those rockets that could be quite nasty, and we're moving our archers up as well to give us a little bit of support. Raining missile fire down on their heads. The plan is we take the wall, then we move down, we take the gate, and we push everyone inside the city. And then we advance up the street towards the victory point. If any archers look like they're taking up position on the bridge, we will remove them with the Great Longmar Riders and Zhao Ming. The gate is almost under our control. You can see that filling up very rapidly. And the victory point is ours, which now means we can move our units inside the city. Although some of them will decide to go up the siege towers because it might be quicker for them, I guess. Who knows? Got a little bit of resistance in here as the rebel forces continue to try and retake the gates. A bit too little too late. And Yu has arrived as well. Yu is now moving her forces up to come and join the main attack. Our missile units are now moving inside the city as well. Enemy cavalry trying to retake the gates, but it's just peasant cavalry, so it's pretty bad. And we're now summoning in our ancestral warriors just to ensure that, because they're throwing a lot of stuff at us now, so we're going to summon in those ancestral warriors to hold them back, particularly the cavalry. We've also brought the fire rain rockets in to join the party, because that's a nice, you know, we can really get some rockets flying on down that street. And here comes some archers moving up onto the bridge, and I'm like, oh no you don't. Oh no. We do have a few units sort of holding this gatehouse over here. It's nice that you can actually see how much health the gate and fortifications have now. So you can see that each tower has 7,500, and you'll see the actual health drop as artillery or units attack the wall. All my riders moving up to engage those archers, because do not want them raining fire down on my heads. Some of them actually go flying off the other side of the bridge. I mean, need maybe high. You know, it's a health and safety issue, that. Plus, it looks slippery with the rain. Our forces are pushing up slightly. We're going to get our missile units in here as well, and then we need to push up further into the city. Zhao Ming is taking a little bit of fire there from the enemy archers. He is a big target. We're going to pull him back. He can only cast some of his spells in dragon form, so he can cast fire breath, but not the wind and fire spells. So he can't cast that wind spell, but he can cast the breath spell. And his sister is likewise. She can cast some of her spells in dragon form, but not others. So there is use between using your dragon and non-dragon form, because you get access to different spells, and also, obviously, you're a smaller target. As a dragon, you can do a lot more AoE damage, and, of course, you can fly, which makes you more manoeuvrable. And you cause terror as a dragon as well, which obviously can be quite helpful. Zhao Ming is going to return to his human form after routing the last few Jade warriors as we get our missile units into position. And we did take a little bit of damage from the enemy towers. They took the towers, and the towers all, I think they're all, you don't need to upgrade them anymore. They're always like max power towers. So that's quite nasty. So we took quite a bit of damage as we tried to advance past. I was hoping to get them past without them noticing, but they did spot us at the last second and pummeled that unit quite a bit. Zhao Ming returns back to human form. And our forces are getting up some semblance of order here. Taking a little bit of fire. Rocket barrage. Doing quite a chunk of damage there. And we're about to see the wind and fire spell. It's so good. Look how much health the peasant archers... Just watch their health as this thing moves over them. It's like, oh, well, I guess I'll just be on fire then. And yes, you will. So, yeah, they've had a bad time. It's very slow moving, but it's very fun. It does so much damage. It's good fun. I once used it in an ambush, a horde of Skaven. And ambush battles now, if you do ambush someone, they can. I don't think it happens all the time, but they can have the retreat marker, like there was in Three Kingdoms. So they can actually, if they get to the retreat marker, they can retreat off the battlefield during an ambush. And these Skaven clan rats were desperately trying to escape, and they kind of like corralled themselves into quite a little tight pack. And then I fire whirlwinded them, and it was incredibly satisfying. I think Zhao Ming ended up with like 800 kills or something from one spell, which was yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Enjoyed that a lot. Okay, our forces in position, and Yu's crossbows are now on the gate, sort of giving us a little bit of fire cover there. And, you know, we're only attacking one small section of the city. I mean, we could have spread our forces out, but I just chose not to. In fact, I only used 2 of the siege towers. 2 of them I didn't actually decide to utilise. So I could have attacked in one turn. No, pushing up further into the city. So they've created some barricades there to try and stop us from advancing. I don't know why they've built them there, because it's not really going to help them, but there we go. They do like to They do like to put barricades everywhere. They've got like a thing about barricades and defensive towers. I like this position because there's not much sort of overlooking it unless they put units on these bridges. We're now advancing up. Because the enemy general there has been found by Min Tao. She's like, get the fuck. What is that run? What's that run? He's not doing very well. He's very slow. Oh dear. And he's getting his ass kicked. So that's fun. So far so good. They do still have a few units left that could be slightly problematic. And of course this is just the garrison and a badly beaten up defence force. And this isn't even an upgraded garrison either. This is just the base garrison for the settlement. Can you imagine a fully upgraded garrison and an army on top of that? It would be a fucking nightmare to break through this. So the enemy general there, Xing Yi, still fairly badly mauled from the previous battle. And there's only a few units still fighting on. They do have a few decent units though. Where are the? No, that's peasant longman. Is it? Oh, are they here? Here we go. The Celestial Dragon Guard. Heavily armoured, good melee defense, melee attack, anti-large, armor piercing. These boys, pretty scary. Even scarier are the crossbow variant because those guys. They've got a lot of missile power. Our sister starts with one of them, and it does work. It does good work. Enemy general going down in a hail of arrows. Oh dear. We're now pushing up. Only a few units still standing in our path. Mostly just the Celestial Dragon Guard. But they've been marching around the city. They're now very tired. And they're having to face the entire might of Zhao Ming's army. This is that Blossom spell that Yu has. Neat. It's pretty sweet. And it also blinds them as well. So now they can't see. Not sure how long that will last for. Probably not long enough. But it does mean that melee attack is now 10. It goes very quickly, but it will give you quite. If you use that on a line of infantry, then you're going to get a lot of work done. So Zhao Ming's getting stuck in there. We also have Yu and Min Tao. So it's pure fucking pandemonium and a bit of a light show as Celestial Dragon Guard try and fend off a dragon-blooded general, and an alchemist. It's not going very well for them. And elsewhere, the last desperate rebels try and hold off the inevitable. But there's not much left. I mean, they're throwing everything they've got to try and slow down the advance, but it's a little bit too little too late. Celestial Dragon Guard are broken. I think this is their last unit they've got to try and hold us back, and then, yeah, there we go. Army losses now taking effects. And the city's ours. What a siege. Really, I really enjoy the sieges now. They're so much fun. And occasionally you get satisfying sieges like that in Warhammer 2, but I think that you just get them so much more often in Warhammer 3. Oh, the hunger. Interesting.
The Iron Dragon.
I think you are getting, 12% board save or more heals? Heals. I'm going to give you heals. Yeah. Heals before reals. Okay, we've taken Chang'an. And now we just need to secure the rest of this territory. I think we'll head down to the Tower of Ashiar first. Take that before the ogres do. And then we'll push north into the northern desert and try and maybe link up with our sister over over here. If we take any settlements that can belong to our sister, we could always try and sell them back to her. That will obviously get her on side pretty quickly. It looks like the Bastion is holding for the moment as well. So that's good. Obviously, we have to worry about the Bastion, but not as much as Sis. That's obviously her main job. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.